Why isn't business mentoring working for you? Now, I've been really looking forward to putting this video together because after 15 years of teaching fitness professionals, I've seen it all. I don't want you to struggle. We have a very successful business mentoring program, but even for us, there are people that join the program and don't do the work. And gone are the days where I say, blows my mind why. I actually do know why. But for a long time, I've thought to myself, why don't I just put a video together? Because what I don't want you to do is invest money, get nothing out of it. Invest money, get nothing out of it. Now, there are many different mentorships, business mentorships, and I find nowadays there are coaches that are just hopping from one to the other. It becomes a very expensive hobby. And it is that. You're just spending, and you're saying, but they just don't work. The first thing you need to understand is that there's a degree of accountability. I probably spent 35, 40,000 in masterminds, mentorships, or support for me and the team. And the one thing that I promise myself every single time that I invest in any degree of mentoring, over 750,000 throughout my career on coaching and mentoring, is I'll apply and do the work. But there's a reason why for some other people it doesn't work. I commit myself, and this is something that's really important for you to understand, is whenever you make an investment, it's you making that commitment rather than placing the responsibility on somebody else. That's accountability. Accountability means I own it, and the outcome is if I apply myself. In my company, we place accountability on somebody who owns a task, and there is a deadline for that task to be accomplished. And that person owns it, not me, that person. And we say, you take full ownership and accountability. Absolutely. So it's really important you understand that word ownership and accountability, because every single mentorship will have its pros, will have its cons. It'll align with you. Parts of it won't align with you. But ultimately, everything that you learn, you have the opportunity to implement. Now, as I said, depending on who you're learning from, certain things at certain times will align with you and they won't align with you. But no one that's watching this video right now would be able to go through a full mentorship and say, it didn't work. Because if the person you've invested in is ahead of you and their business is working, then there are things that you will have learned. Again, going back to accountability, placing the blame on somebody else. So here is my 6 things. Number 1 is you expect to have it done for you. Now, in business coaching, there is done with you models and then done for you. Now, done with you is where information is shared. You have to go away and do it yourself. There's also done for you models. In our scale program, for example, it's done for you. But here's the thing. Certain things will be done for you, but it doesn't mean that it's hands off from you, the entrepreneur. I'm a part of different masterminds and mentorships right now, and some of the work is done for us. I'm going to stop the video just for 2 seconds because I've got a free gift for you. Now, I created a 5-part mini-series called the Online Coach Income Accelerator. And in this video series, I teach you the incredible opportunities that lie ahead for online fitness coaches today. I then talk to you about how to attract, engage, and market to your dream customers. Now, when you have these dream prospects in sight, I then teach you how to land the high-paying clients. Now, to download this, to get immediate access, all you need to do is to click the link in the bio, and you'll receive immediate access as soon as you submit your details. I'll see you there. But I run myself into a little bit of a problem where I don't actually involve myself in the process and I step back. Our Coaching Concierge Build program has hundreds of videos of education, and a lot of coaches will come into the program and they will expect to be told what to do rather than go away and have the accountability to involve themselves in the learning aspect of the process. So it's really important you understand here. Point number 1 is you expect to have it all done. And you also expect it within the same point to be easy. Whenever something looks difficult for you in a mentorship, it's lean in until the uncomfortable becomes the comfortable, and it will become the comfortable. I remember first time being put through a ridiculously hard set on the leg press or the hack squat, and it was horrible. Lean in until the uncomfortable becomes the comfortable. And then when the comfortable comes comfortable, you have to find something else that makes you slightly uncomfortable. And investing in a mastermind recently for me became uncomfortable because I was a small fish in a big pond, and I've always been a bigger fish, or up till now, when I dip into different masterminds and come out and whatever I do, I go in because I'm looking to be challenged. So Number one is, the mentorship that you're in right now isn't necessarily working because you expect people to do it all for you. And then second of all, you expect it to be easy. Going into anything that's new should be difficult. It should be challenging. You should find it hard work. And if it is, then you lean in until it becomes relatively more comfortable. And then what that means, you've adapted and you've grown. And as a result of that, your business will have changed. I've seen so many coaches that just don't apply that. Number two, this is really important. The things that you value the most are the things is the areas you apply yourself in the most. The things that you value the most are the areas that you apply yourself in the most. You know this in your life right now. If you love bodybuilding, if you love fitness, if you love high rock stuff training, if you apply yourself, there are so many things in your life that you apply yourself to, and it's effortless. You know what I mean? Effortless. You just do it. But there are other things in your life that you're not yet inspired by. Now, for many years, I was inspired by bodybuilding, training, nutrition, loved it. Reading a book on money, reading a book on scaling the business, building operations and systems. Now, everything to do with bodybuilding and training and nutrition, as part of my life that's done, I'm inspired by making money, systems, operations, scaling, and being a better CEO for the company. So I lean into anything to do with that. So what is the point of number two? You're not yet inspired by business and making money and marketing. Slow work rate equals slow output. If you're not yet inspired and you've joined a mastermind, my advice to you is to ask yourself this very, very clear question. Of the things that you value the highest in your life right now, I was talking to a colleague of mine yesterday, very inspired by bodybuilding. But at the moment, the work rate in what they're doing right now is not very high. And I said, how does bodybuilding impact and affect your life in such an inspiring way? Oh, I love it. I love getting stronger. I love getting bigger. Great. The task that you're currently not doing, how does that help you fulfill your life in bodybuilding? Now, believe it or not, the work that they're doing right now as an online fitness coach enables them to have a freer life and be at home so they can focus on bodybuilding and eat when they want, right? I realized this very early on. By being a personal trainer and running an online coaching business, enabled me to be a bodybuilder. I was able to study when I want, get up when I want, put times in my diary when I want. Like, I had a life of freedom and independence the minute I started to becoming a personal trainer. People that have a 9-to-5 job, they don't have any time. 9 to 5, boom. Then suddenly you have this independence and freedom to be a personal trainer, put in the times that I want to work. I didn't want to work at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I'd start very early. And then by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was free. I changed my diary depending on my life. So why am I telling you this? In order for you to be inspired by business, marketing, and sales, which is incredibly important, and not get to the end of 6 months and end up saying to yourself, oh my God, I've wasted all this time. You've wasted your time because you focused on all the other stuff like training, nutrition, studying all to do with training, looking after your clients, but you've not applied yourself to the business because you can't see how business helps you in those areas. So I'd get you to write down a list of 15 areas where focusing on business, marketing, and money would actually help you to live the life that you want to live with your training, your bodybuilding, and the freedom you want to be able to travel and do whatever. Because if you started applying yourself in those areas, which is available to you in your mentorship, the things you love outside of the business will start to flourish. But you have to see the value in that first. You have to see the value. When you see the value in doing these things, your perspective will shift on the things that you need to do. Your business mentoring program isn't working right now because you're just not inspired by the business, marketing, and money. Therefore, you're placing the responsibility on the mentorship to inspire you to do the work. It's like your clients. If they come to you to lose body fat, but they don't see the value of losing body fat, they will come to the gym for the training session and expect you to push them or expect you with your check-in to get the result for them. That's why people don't lose body fat, because they don't value the outcome. But if they realize that losing the weight will help them to be more inspiring to their kids, will help them not to have illness further down the line, help them to move and feel great. I do not have to be reminded to eat healthy and eat well. For my son, to inspire him, I don't have to be reminded to go to the gym every single day and do 25 minutes cardio. Why? So I want to be healthy. I don't want to be in shape for my audience and my family. Like, you have to see the value in business, marketing, and making money if you want a mentorship to work. Number 3, you do not commit to the learning process. Better marketers win. If you become a better marketer, you will win online. I promise you. But here's the deal. Inside our Coaching Concierge program, Build and our Scale program, we have an incredible database and library inside our website of training, workshops, and educational material. When we sit down with one of our clients who has shown signs of low accountability, we pull up the website and we say, just looking at the website, there's over 300 trainings and you've consumed 3%. Now, you've been with us 5 months. I know categorically from all my education that a educated mind is an empowered mind, empowers you with more knowledge. An empowered mind is a confident mind. So education increases your knowledge. Knowledge gives you the ability to apply and grow. A lot of coaches will go into a mentorship and come out the other end and say, it didn't work. And I said, but what did you learn? Did they have a website? Did you have learning material? Yes, it did. How much have you watched? None. How many of the live calls did you turn up to? Every one. Were you present on the live calls? Right? So they could turn up to the calls, but not really be present. They'll be on their phone. As I see some of the coaches in our program, like they're doing other stuff while I'm talking. You can't multitask. So the problem is you're not committing to the learning process. I am in a mastermind right now, and I've been in it 6 weeks, and I've watched 40 hours of videos. 6 weeks, 40 hours of videos, right? That's nearly every single day watching about an hour's worth of education. I've learned more. My team are upskilled. I've introduced my team to the learning material. They've upskilled. And believe it or not, here's the deal. I've had in 6 weeks, one 90-minute onboarding call and one 30-minute support call. That's it. Because their resources are so incredibly valuable that I've learned 95% of what I needed from there. If I said to you right now, inside your mentorship that you're on right now, have you studied the material from start to finish? If you've invested X amount of £1,000 into the material, I should be able to go on to the website and say, show me the progress as a percentage that this particular person has watched. If you've watched 2%, right, of 100 videos, you haven't watched anything, which means you haven't learned, you haven't become more empowered, you won't grow in self-confidence, and you certainly won't have anything to be able to action. Again, going back to point one, you're expecting to have it done for you, you're expecting it to do it for you. Some harsh realities here, but after 15 years of teaching fitness professionals, guys, I've seen it all. I'm 25 years deep into my career. I've studied more than you ever will. I guarantee it. I'm 47. I've invested again in masterminds. I am so well educated in my field, but it's because I've absorbed myself, submerged myself, and I value it immensely. Number 4, you focus on too many tasks, not the key tasks. This is really important. You get overwhelmed. It's not my fault that you get overwhelmed because you literally have been told, do this, do this, do this, 3 things. But then when you look at it, you're now jumping from one thing to the other, right? If you focus on 3 things for the month, and you tick those off, and we do another 3 things in 4 weeks, okay? Sorry, let's do a month at a time. In 4 months, you have done 3 things per month. Then you've done 12 tasks. Now, if each task moves the needle that much, then it will move it that much. But you're doing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the reason, by the way, as you scale a company, you can have multiple different people working on multiple different tasks. And ultimately, the business will scale and grow because people are always working on growing the business. When you're at the stage where you're on your own, you have to be disciplined with the amount of tasks that you do. That's number 4. Number 5, you don't commit time. I find a lot of people join a mentorship and their life is completely chaotic. They're very, very busy. And I always say this part-time effort is part-time money. Part-time effort is part-time money. So if you want to build an online business and you're just going to put an hour in a day, you're not going to grow your online business. You will not grow your online business. It's so important that you understand that in order to be able to get to where you need to be, you need to input full-time effort. So if you get to the end of a mentorship and you say, I'm not where I wanted to be, I'll just say to you, let's look at a time audit. How long has it taken you? How much work have you done every single day to grow your business? Well, I've been really busy with PT. I've been really busy with this. Let me tell you something truthfully. I have a son, I have a beautiful wife and a beautiful son. I'm very, very busy, okay? And I look at my time commitment now of my life, and it has to be so ruthless. I look back at when I was single. Outside of any coaching that I was doing, I was learning. Every waking hour. I talk to coaches that go, don't have any time. You don't have any time while you're coaching. You don't have any time while you're doing your current job. But everything out of that, everything outside of that, you don't need hours and hours and hours with your friends. You do not need hours and hours and hours with your friends. You need hours and hours and hours to work on the business. Because when you get to where I'm at in life and you've got a beautiful wife, beautiful son, and a lot of business commitments, I have limited time. So I get up at 5:45 and I study till 6:45. I go on the Stairmaster for 25 minutes. And in 25 minutes, I watch just under an hour, 1.52 speed on training as an education material. I study in the times. I've just driven into downtown in Dubai, and it's a 25-minute drive. I've listened to a 50-minute part of my book on 2 speed because I can listen and I'm absorbing it, right? It's so important to understand. Already today, I've probably listened to about an hour and a half's worth of educational material. On the way back, I'll listen to more educational material. You don't commit the time. You don't put the effort in. You put part-time effort in and you'll make part-time money, but then you complain that your mentorship's not working. Right now, most of you watching this are either going to be single or in I call it a part-time relationship. Marsh and I, my wife and I, before we got married, I call it single life. You're single life till you get married and you have a child, right? I even call being married single life, right? Because when you have a child, that's when your time becomes more dedicated to that person once you switched on 100%. So while you haven't got all those responsibilities and you're in part-time relationships, as I still call them, you have time. And then finally, and this is a big one, you listen to friends, not your mentors. It blows my mind, right? We got coaches saying, oh, I spoke to this person, I spoke to that person. I'm like, do they have a fraction of the business that I have? The mentors that you've hired, I hope you've invested wisely in the right people. But if the mentors that you are with, let's say you're earning $5,000 a month and they're earning $60,000 a month, or you're making $100,000 a month and the person you're talking to is making $300,000 to $400,000 a month. And not only are they making a certain amount of money, but they have great systems, great people, great operations, and the business is a great business. Why do you listen to your friends that are earning the same money as you or slightly above? Let's say you're earning $4,000 and your friend's earning $6,000, but your friend's doing this and then you take that advice over the mentor. I've had this so many times recently as well. I was talking to a friend of mine, they're doing this. So everything we talked about to you about doing this, you're choosing to do that. Yeah. Well, you're completely distracted. And now your focus is completely on something else. Therefore, when you get to the next 4 or 5 months, it's like, well, I did a few things that I was doing alongside this and I got distracted. Cool. You're your own worst enemy. So just put the number in the comments below. Number 1, be honest with yourself. Are you expecting to have it all done and you're just expecting to be easy? Number 1. Number 2, you're just not inspired by business. Be honest with yourself. By the way, the fastest way to get inspired by business, marketing, and money is looking at the things that you value the highest in your life right now. Give you an example. I'm inspired by making money. So when it comes down to the task of marketing, the better I market, the more I study with marketing, the more money we make. Part of my values list is my family. And if I make more money and I learn the skills and invest more money, I'll make more money. And then my family has a better quality of life as a result of that. You have to basically sit down and say, what are the things that I value the most? If traveling is the thing that you value the most, you're on a mentorship right now that's teaching you how to make money and market, but you're not really spending much time on money and marketing. Well, you're not going to have a better quality of life. Wow. Now I connect the dots. Good. Most of the time, the reason you're not doing stuff is because you're not connecting the dots. And that's number 2. Number 3, you don't commit to the learning process. Please do me a favor. If there is a learning portal inside the mentorship that you're in right now, rinse it. Watch every single video. If you don't watch every single video, what's the point in paying for it? Yeah, but I didn't join a mentorship to just sit and watch videos. Are you kidding me? Like, learning at this stage in your life is the most important thing you can do. So if a mentor like me or anybody else provides you learning material, it's to give you the opportunity to learn it. Because if you were to pay me 300 hours of my time, it would cost you a ridiculous amount of money, right? This is why people go, yeah, but I want to be taught it. Well, you're probably going to get a call once a month or group calls, and they will not cover it in as much depth as they would if you watch the material. And plus, you can go on the Stairmaster, you can go in your car, you can go on the tube, you can go on the train, plane, wherever. So please don't be silly and think, I just wanted to be told what to do. I want more one-to-one. You don't need more one-to-one. You need more accountability to yourself and go and study the material. I am smart in my field, not because of the calls I've had with my mentors. Mentors are there to tell you what to do. Your responsibility is to learn the thing from them, right? You've got it all wrong. Number 4, you focus too much on too many tasks, not one key task or 3 key tasks. Number 5, you don't commit time. Part-time effort equals part-time money. And number 6, you listen to too many friends, not your mentors. Now, put down in the comments below which one you resonate with the most. Now, as always, if you want more help, you can click the link in the description on YouTube. You can download our Impact and Integrity link. You can click the link to our Impact and Integrity Facebook group. If you're listening on iTunes right now, click the link in my bio. You'll find everything on Instagram. All the links in the bio for everything that I can help you with. There's so many free resources. But for now, take care and I'll speak to you soon.